Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On first down, Dickerson. Oh, he shifts past him. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run the counter. Dickerson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Jackson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. That one complete to Hill. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. This is caught, and he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike worked. and they score. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Watch the screen. Pass.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Dickerson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and it's caught. The tight end Hill. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they get it.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because Listen, that drive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Lawrence Taylor able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Mahomes going to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Watch the slit. Watch the slit. Go. Everyone is the money. Hey, let's go. Bang, 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 bang.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
36.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well, and he would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the all-pro running back. Henry ends up being
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be fielded at the 17.
We got this.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
I'm here all day.
They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter. Dickerson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The throw over the middle taken in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Here we go.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
91 is the Mike. Mike 91. You remember me? You remember me?
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Lawrence Taylor. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the 1st-round pick of 2014. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here. It's caught inside the 25. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for two. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Jackson now. Forced fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown at the end to add to their lead, then they tried to put more on top of the two.
Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Studios.
set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the set. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Army.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it. Away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third. So third and long, here's Minshew. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bring it down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Exhibit A. To try again after the sack. Minshew under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. John Henderson. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it.
The ball comes out, but they do.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And again this time to the tailback. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Got to be careful here from 3rd down. And he is not going to get away. The run strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring
I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
Points. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd and very short, Jackson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. To throw is Jackson. A final shot before break. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Right back to him on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson showed the nice footwork and then hit and dropped shy of the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson on the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, Dickerson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
50, plant. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On first down, Dickerson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. The Chiefs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Minshew sets to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Minshew throwing on third down. Throw left side complete. It's Gonzalez. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 39, Jackson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run the counter. Dickerson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Minshew. That's caught by Jackson. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Out of the gun is Minshew. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Out. 3 down. Out. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike, let's go.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me.
Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Nick Godden and Charles Davis.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here away in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? Check 55 for Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go.
First down, Young. And quickly to his tight end, Clark. That's caught. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play action now. Here's Steve Young. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Let's go, baby.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the Reds under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And a short gain here down to the 22. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down now, Dickerson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 61 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Lawrence Taylor. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Mean Joe Green. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on fourth, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Young now. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Young to throw it. He'll get it in the hands of Clark. Complete. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Third and long for Young. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So 2 quarters. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll throw on first down with Jackson being chased out left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Jackson on first down, out to his left. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career, and this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will now get to know who he is, because most people thought Matt Rule was going to go to New York. He ends up in Carolina. And then, of course, Ron Rivera, he would have been a candidate for Dallas. He would have been a candidate for New York.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's taken at around the 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. The lead is theirs here in the third quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's going to go down again. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Steve Young. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now it's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 150 left in the football game. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Lead Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, extra defensive back. And an alley to run. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 25 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say,
will escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an faking it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Keep playing. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So possession goes over here on the punt. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now again, right side, Dickerson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Dickerson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. We're scoreless after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. On second down, Dickerson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish. and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Let's go, D.
Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lawrence Taylor, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Let's go, baby.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Devin Bush able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Man open, it's Moss complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a fourth down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing is Jackson. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Throwing on second down. Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Holt. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
4th down, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that first down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the first. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Flush to his right, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Aaron Donald in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time. Remember this thing back. Excellent field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of looking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I in the practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. He's at the 40. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Nice pick.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. Do with that.
Ampersand?
I like it.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now for the all-critical extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Gets this one to Hill. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So let's read in this one. You score on the final play. Thought they were just going to try the PAT and tie it, send it to overtime. Charles, they went for 2, and they won it right there.
Well, the book, right? You know the book that everyone plays by, right?
Yep.
That mythical book says, kick it, get to overtime, you're covered. If you don't, you go for 2 and you don't get it. Your job could be in jeopardy. But sometimes people just know their teams. They may have felt like they were out of gas now, and they did it and got out of there with a win.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.